Hello and welcome to all of you joining us for this session at the Retail Revival, the Digital First Festival for marketers, e-commerce and digital leaders. Today's presentation is entitled Tooling Up, How Total Tools Use Enhanced Technology and Integrations to Amplify Loyalty and Retention. Today's session is looking back over the past 6 months to reveal how Total Tools used tactics such as dynamic personalization and relational data to create tangible ROI for the business. In this session, we will reveal how Total Tools drove online account signups and boosted conversions with multi-channel overlays, how they built customer relationships, cut costs, drove time efficiencies, and commanded improved ROI with loyalty rewards technology, and how they achieved the ultimate in cross-channel customer experience with dynamic personalization. We have an amazing lineup today, and I'm pleased to introduce our first guest speaker, Sarah Neeson. Sarah Neeson is the Customer Engagement Specialist for Total Tools. She's focused on delivering a connected customer experience through targeted and personalized communications at each point of the customer journey to strengthen loyalty and engagement. Welcome, Sarah, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Nisha. It's great to be here.
To introduce myself, I'm Nisha Turner, a Client Success Manager at Amasis. So we have lots of great content to cover today. So without further ado, we are going to dive into the Total Tools journey on enhanced technology and integrations to amplify loyalty and retention. Sarah, can you start us off by telling us some facts about Total Tools?
Yes, I definitely can. So Total Tools is Australia's largest professional tool retailer. We're a franchise network with a nationwide footprint of more than 80 stores across Australia throughout all states. And for those of you that aren't in Australia, a similar comparison would be Harbour Freight in the US, and in the UK, Screwfix or Toolstation would be quite similar. We are predominantly a bricks and mortar business, but we also have an online store with more than 20,000 available products. So in the last year, we have really been on a journey with Amasis. We wanted to re-engineer the way that we communicated with our customers. From when we first implemented Amasis in early last year to now, there has been a lot of activity that we've worked on to get that foundation layer right to then build up our framework. So one of the most important things for us with implementing Amasis was to combine all of our data. This included sales history, both online and offline, product catalogs, loyalty profiles, digital behavior and engagement data, all in that one central location in the customer data platform. So we were finally able to fill in the gaps, and it's synchronized in near real time. Now, by stitching together the data, we've been able to get that unified customer view that we previously didn't have. So now we can identify and link customers across channels, which has really enabled us to activate one-on-one personalization and start weaving the omni experience together. It was really crucial for us to integrate our loyalty program data to allow us to get those simple loyalty customer journeys up and running and really leverage the data points in Amasis. Our loyalty program Insider Rewards has a great reach with about 2/3 of Australia's registered tradies within our program. Essentially, the program allows members to earn and redeem points on tools that they've purchased and get rewarded for it. So it's quite a simple structure for our insider members to interact with and be rewarded. But the most important thing for us is just to ensure it's a valuable exchange for them. So what were we already doing? Once we had all that data in one place, we had more than 20 key data-driven automations up and running in a really short period of time. And most importantly, we were no longer email focused only. We became more channel agnostic. We were able to build synergy across our communications and unify a multi-channel delivery, whilst of course striving towards pure omni-channel. And at the same time, we were able to reach customers we were never able to before because we were so email driven, which was a real missed opportunity. Plus, the ability to set targets and track attributed revenue from the tactics within Amasis really allowed us to amplify on our original journey mapping and unlock untapped revenue strategies and integrate into new channels. On top of all this, with the use of AI that's already built into Amasis, we were able to add that extra layer of personalization to amplify loyalty. So with this framework of the data and the automations starting to be built up, We wanted to take it that step further with Amasis' capabilities.
So now that you have this framework in place, how has this unified customer view enabled you to better create an omni-channel strategy? Would you be able to share some examples with us of programs that you have created and started running?
Yeah, definitely, Nisha. So once we had that framework set, we began to look at what was next for us with Amasis to create ROI for the business. Now, similar to building a house, we had the support frames already in place, and we were ready to start building the walls up for our extension. So first up, when we originally started brainstorming what types of tactics we wanted to trial next, we realized that in order to get those straightforward loyalty tactics like sign up online and get $10 off that most retailers have on their website, that we needed to ensure that the customer experience to sign up online was easy. So we had to take a real look at what may have been hindering us to communicate an omni-channel messaging to our customers. And by that, I mean connecting our online experience and Amasis. So we had a couple of issues that we wanted to solve for, and these were predominantly through our loyalty program. First off, we wanted to enhance that online experience for our insider members, whilst of course also supporting online conversion. Plus, giving our customers choice on where they chose to shop was really important, because one major pain point we kept hearing from our customers was that the current process to sign up online was confusing, and majority of customers weren't even signing in when they browsed or shopped online. So for them, this meant they had no idea what their loyalty status was, including their points balance or even the status of their orders. And for us, we had no way to track this website behavior of customers and use that data for tactics. So first up, we enhanced the website with an updated insider dashboard that had a fresh look and was a lot simpler to navigate and understand. Finally, customers were able to log into their account or sign up as an insider member online and have easy access to a dashboard that showed all of their loyalty account information. The next big enhancement with the website and loyalty was to integrate the use of insider points redemption online. So previous to this, customers were actually only able to redeem their insider points that they had earned in store. So we really wanted to give our customers a more consistent and seamless experience wherever they wanted to shop. One thing that many retailers saw that made a difference throughout the past year with COVID, that I'm sure many of you can relate to, was the ability to have a strong online presence and offering. So many pivoted their company to have a good online presence. So for us, while the integration of points online was one of our projects anyway, it's really been able to give choice to customers when they're considering their next tool purchase. And if that purchase is online, they can now redeem their available points too. So with the integration of both the insider dashboard and insider points redemption online, this finally allowed us to focus on setting up those straightforward tactical campaigns to further personalize the customer experience wherever they chose to shop. Basically, by having these changes made online, we solved a huge pain point for customers, and it really allowed us to bridge the gap to deliver a more personalized experience online. So over the past 6 months, we've really operated in a test and learn environment. This has given us the ability to set up multiple trials to amplify on the technology enhancements that I've just gone through and really increase our understanding of customer value and engagement. Specifically, one of our core focuses was to utilize the web channel feature in Amasis to work on tactics to drive online signups and boost overall conversion. This really freed us up and allowed us to amplify the data we had access to and bring it to the forefront for customer engagement and personalization.
For those of you watching who don't know, Web Channel is our on-site solution, which displays personalized content for your customers in real time. So to do this, we use a combination of AI, CRM data, and real-time session data. By using this tool, you can create multiple campaigns targeting specific customer segments and display content in the form of an overlay embedded block on your web page or a ribbon at the top of the screen. So given that you can add web channel campaigns into your marketing automations, how has this enabled you to provide a more personalized experience for your customers?
Yeah, that's a great question, Nisha. So the ability to easily set up a web channel campaign in Amasis has really allowed us to target specific users. We can now choose an identified segment or even unidentified users and run some great tactical campaigns to achieve real ROI for the business. So one of the first tactics we set live almost immediately after our new online login process was seamless was the one I touched on earlier. Sign up online and get $10 off your next order. This is quite a common tactic used by most retailers that I'm sure we've all probably done as an incentive for onboarding or sign up. With the use of Amasis, we could serve up the right overlay to the customer, whether that was encouraging them to sign up or log in. Plus, by having the overlay pop up in front of the customer's faces while shopping online, we really noticed the difference in online sign-ups and overall conversion. We trialed both a generic version with no mention of the $10 and this version that you see on screen. And no surprise, we noticed a significant increase in sign-ups with this version. Essentially, by bringing our loyalty program to the forefront of customers, sign-ups increased by 200% with the overlay compared to no overlay at all. Now, once we had the increase in our insider members signing up and logging in online, next we wanted to focus on improving redemption online and genuinely just helping customers become aware of points that they may have available to redeem on their sale. And we did all this by using our first-party data. A simple yet quite effective web channel campaign we trialed and now have set up as an ongoing campaign on the website is an overlay when customers are browsing that reminds them of their points balance. Now, although the insider dashboard was easy to access and navigate, we wanted to really utilize the web channel feature's ability to target a specific segment of customers. So by targeting those logged in when they're about to make a purchase, it would prompt customers to redeem their insider points when checking out online. And as a result, we've been able to personalize each customer's experience when they've logged in online by using our first-party data. Plus, we're really driving customers' next purchase, which has resulted in consistent growth in redemption online. Another great tactic that's had significant impact on redemption online and overall online conversion is a $10 online voucher code for customers who have abandoned their cart. When we originally implemented Amasis, we set up quite a basic abandoned cart automation that would email customers reminders a few hours after originally abandoning an item in their basket. A very common tactic used with retailers is incentivizing customers with a voucher, and this is something we were able to bring to life with the use of Amasis and our data. So with our enhanced technology integrated, in addition to using the voucher pool feature in Amasis, we were able to target those customers who had abandoned their cart and still hadn't made a purchase. Now, with our customers, the majority make need-based purchases. So more than likely, they need a tool for their next job in the next 24 to 48 hours. So with this in mind, we trialed reducing the time between when the customers first abandoned their cart and received the EDM. Plus, we added in a few more EDMs throughout the purchase-based window based on the behaviour on a product that the customer had shown interest in, with, of course, the final one being a $10 voucher code. We also overlaid this with CRM ads, so that if the targeted customer didn't open their email, the product was displayed to them on socials. Now, with all of these optimizations made to the abandoned cart automation, we saw a 12% increase in conversion from those who received the $10 voucher. Now, prior to trialing all of these tactical campaigns I've just gone through, we weren't really using the web channel integration in Amasis to its full potential. But by being able to really harness the enhancements we made online, coupled with the Amasis features, it has really allowed us to personalize our customers' experience when they shop with us. Whether that's online with targeted pop-ups about their insider account balance, or when they're on social media with ads on recommended products based on what they've been recently browsing or purchasing.
Thanks, Sarah. I think you and the team have made some really great progress using Web Channel to personalize your customer journeys. I know our teams have been working together really well to get things up and running as quickly as possible. So Another area that you and the team have put a lot of work into is utilizing relational data. So again, for those of you who don't know, our relational data service allows you to bring in other external data sets and be able to target and segment against them. So with that in mind, would you be able to talk to some of the projects that you have been working on using relational data and how this has assisted you in improving your ROI?
Yeah, sure. As you've just touched on, a major benefit of Amasis for our team was the implementation of relational data. The ability to import external data tables, such as transactional data from our customers who shop in store, was a huge game changer for our ability to create more targeted segments, as well as drive overall time efficiencies. Over the past 6 months, with the use of relational data and the help of the implementation team at Amasis, we've been able to update our email templates with content blocks that automatically feed through the products and the styling from our website. So this has allowed us to simply upload a file of products and build an email campaign in 5 to 10 minutes. So this has significantly reduced the internal approval process across multiple teams, including graphic designers, product teams, marketing teams. I'm sure this internal approval process is something that many of you can relate to. So of course, this has driven time efficiencies in terms of the email campaign build process, but it's also allowed us to personalize at scale. Relational data has essentially given us the ability to build our own customized logic tailored to our business. So we can now delve further into the data to create more hyper-personalized customer segments, and they're above and beyond what the smart insights and contact attributes can give us, which essentially allows us to deliver the right products to the right customer groups at the right time. Just as an example, by using relational data in our email campaigns, it will automatically remove the products from the email if our product catalog is showing zero stock, basically creating a better overall experience for the customer, because there's nothing worse than customers going in store or online and the products they want not being in stock. So now that relational data was implemented, we wanted to take advantage of this feature along with our first-party data and increase the overall level of dynamic personalization across both our everyday campaigns and lifecycle journeys.
Thanks for those examples, Sarah. It's really great to see how personalization has been a really big part of your strategy over the past 6 to 12 months. Now, taking that a step further, would you be able to run through some examples on how you're implementing it into your everyday campaigns and communications?
Yeah, I definitely can. So personalization is a huge focus for our team. Over the last 6 months, we have put a lot of emphasis into personalizing our customers' experiences with the use of our first-party data throughout all of our email communications. There were 2 main things that we put into action to help increase this level of personalization. First off, utilizing the personalization feature in Amasis by dynamically targeting content blocks, for example, to show loyalty information or a customer's trade. This has allowed us to be a lot more agile and reduce multiple communications to customers. We're lucky to have quite rich first-party data on hand, but of course, this is only valuable if we turn that data into actionable insights. And customers really expect you to know more about them and use these insights to shape their overall experience. So by pairing together this first-party data, along with the ability to dynamically target the personalization fields in Amasis, we have significantly increased the level of dynamic personalization in our everyday communications to customers. For example, in every email campaign sent, whether it's a promotional catalog or an upcoming store event email, the customer will now be shown their loyalty information, similar to what you see on screen. We've also started adding this level of personalization with the first-party data fields into subject lines, along with the use of emojis to help increase open rates and overall engagement. Now, not only do we want to focus solely on personalizing our everyday communications to customers, but it was crucial to replicate this level of personalization across our ongoing customer journeys that we had set up. So this was the second action that we put into place to help increase personalization. Over the last 6 months, we have applied the understandings from smart insights in Amasis to our advantage to align better with our business and target customers with additional personalisation. Journey mapping is an important way to capture and consider all relevant touch points along the way. And of course, each customer's journey will differ based on where they've come from. So with all this in mind, we realised that although we had these great lifecycle journeys up and running, they weren't using the smart insights in Amasis to its full potential. As the smart insights in Amasis are a really powerful tool across the customer lifecycle, we were able to adjust these settings and align our communications better to our business from where the customer may enter each stage of the lifecycle. Now, with all of these optimizations made, we saw overall engagement increase, and these lifecycle automations are now showing 16% increased open rate compared to our everyday campaigns.
Those are some really great results that you've just shared from your lifecycle campaigns. So off the back of those successful campaigns, what are your next steps?
Yeah, that's a great question, Nisha. So the next layer of personalisation we wanted to focus on was to incorporate the AI element across multi-channel delivery. Basically going back to that point to get that right product to the right customer at the right time. Now, with the use of the predict recommendation feature in Amasis, we now have the ability to display products to customers based on what they've been browsing or purchasing. Plus, we can also add that extra layer of targeting to show these product recommendations for a specific brand, a trade, or even a category. For example, showing products for carpenters that other carpenters are actually browsing or buying. Now, with the addition of these product recommendations in our email campaigns, we have seen 2 times increase in click-through rate compared to those campaigns without the product recommendations featured. But in order to create the ultimate cross-channel experience with personalisation, we then wanted to implement predict recommendation in our web channel campaigns. So to begin with, we trialled incorporating product recommendations based on the customer's website behaviour across all of our lifecycle journeys. For example, like you see on screen, instead of just a generic image, we added in some product recommendations below it relating to what the customer had purchased or similar customers were purchasing. So more likely to get that customer engaged and clicking through. So just to wrap up, what we're focusing on next. So now that we've started building those walls up as a base, we're ready to take it that step further. A huge focus for us in the coming months is key user cases to implement with the use of Amasis and relational data. This is going to allow us to provide that richer customer experience and drive our campaigns even further. For us, one of the most important things that we keep at the center of everything that we trial is to provide cross-channel and seamless personalization wherever the customer engages with us.
Thanks, Sarah. With all the work you put in to create a smooth and personalized journey, what have been your key learnings and what do you think other retailers could take and implement from your findings?
I think first off, keep testing and learning. It really is the best way to find new ways to optimize on your current communications to customers. And then first-party data is integral. With this base data integrated into Amasis, it allows for you to implement dynamic personalization and targeting that customers really expect now from retailers and brands. And then make sure you take stakeholders on the journey. It's really important to share those findings and wins. We found by doing this, our stakeholders get a taste of what we can do and they get excited for other potential trials, especially when you share details of attributed revenue. And lastly, ensure there's a consistent experience across all channels, whether that's when they're browsing the website or scrolling through Instagram. Make sure it's personalized to each customer, no matter what channel they choose to engage.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sarah, for taking us through the Total Tools journey. Now, it looks like we've got 5 minutes left. We've had a couple questions come in, so I thought maybe we could run through a couple of those with the extra time. So the first question that we have here is the idea that sending more emails equals more money. That is quite an interesting one, and I do know a lot of marketers do think this way, and same with management. I mean, what we typically tend to see is that sending emails doesn't always mean more money. For us, we see it's about personalization, it's about targeting the correct segments, and sending out to the relevant people at the right time. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think about more money. Sorry. I'd love to hear your thoughts about more emails equals more money.
Yeah, it's definitely a common question that comes up. So, I mean, I guess as retailers, we really want to cast the net far and wide with large spends to customers. But we've really found that we can still get those great results by being targeted, especially with those clear results that I've gone through today, with the use of web channel and that additional personalization in campaigns. It can really lead to higher engagement and conversion because, as you said, it's getting that right product to the right customer at the right time. Plus, it's also important to keep in mind with those large batch and blast sends, you're more likely to get an increase in opt-outs and even disengagement with your customers overall.
Exactly. There's some really great points there. So the next question we have here is, as you look ahead to the end of financial year and large retail events like Black Friday or Click Frenzy, what is your best tip for digital marketers as you make your plans?
Oh, that's a tough one. I would say generally during those busy retail periods, customers actually expect that they'll be receiving quite a lot of communications from retailers and brands, even multiple times a day. But what we've learned and what I kind of just touched on before is not to focus on those batch and blast communications. You can set up those two-space emails and target those who have engaged with your emails previously, so they're more likely to make a purchase. Plus, it's obviously not just email that you can focus on. Make sure to target a multi-channel mix so that you get that customer wherever they're engaging. For example, for all of your unidentified users, you could create web channel campaigns, plus also target them on social media. Another great tip for these busy periods is to create follow-up campaigns based on product affinity or life cycle stage as well. For example, we found that these busy periods are a great opportunity to bring in inactive customers back in.
Exactly, perfect. Thank you for those insights. That was very, very helpful. Unfortunately, we are now out of time, but I hope that all of you watching found the session as engaging as we did. I'd like to say a big thank you to our speaker, Sarah, and to all of you, our viewers. We're always happy to hear from you, so please do contact us if today's content inspired you or left you with any further questions. Also, please don't forget to sign up for more Retail Revival sessions. We have over 60 hours of content at your fingertips. So that's all from us here today. Thank you so much for joining, and we hope to see you again soon.